Grüezi miteinander. For today's dish, Schlarraffenland will fly to Korea for dinner. Yay! Well, our student budget can't take our body weight to Korea right now, but our taste buds can still be there. That's right, tonight we're making Korean pork gimbap. The beauty of gimbap is that it is yummy, nutritious, and very convenient as a sort of on-the-go or picnic food. So let's go! For this recipe, you will need some seaweed wrap, rice, some veggies, protein, some starch, and seasoning. Let's get started on our pork. First, let's give it a good pound. Then, season the pork with some salt and lots of pepper. It's okay to have a pepper addiction. They won't cause any mood change, hallucination, or hangover. Rub the seasoning onto both sides of the pork, then set it aside and let it rest. Rule of thumb here, for cooking Asian dishes, you will always need rice. But not all rice is the same, just as not all Asians are the same. For this dish, you would preferably use sushi rice, but if you cannot go to Japan for some reason, you can use any round, short-grained rice. Here we use about 2 cups of Italian short-grained. First, let's wash our rice. Now, after washing, using the finger method, add the perfect amount of water in our rice. Now please get yourself a rice cooker. It will not only give you perfect rice in no time, but it also makes a great impression on any Asian girl you might bring back home. I'm only speaking from experience here. After adding water, just start the rice cooker and trust it with the process. In the meantime, let's take care of our veggies. For this recipe, we will use about 2 medium-sized carrots and half a big cucumber. Go and slice the carrots and cucumber into long, thin strips. Let's start with boiling some water to blanch the carrot. Remember to salt the carrot water like you salt your pasta water. While the water is boiling, don't text your crush. You need to focus. Then put the carrot strips into the boiling water to blanch for 1 to 2 minutes. Take it out after blanching and quickly rinse it with cold water. Let the carrots and cucumber dry. You can use many methods to dry them. Maybe put them in a clever double pasta drainer contraption and fling them really hard. Or maybe you feel a bit bored and you can dry it the Asian mom's way with just a single pasta strainer. Or you can use just a good old veggie strainer. Now, after your carrots and cucumber are dried, add a 1/4 of teaspoon of salt and 1 teaspoon of sesame oil in and mix them well. You can adjust the seasoning here to your liking, but the veggies should only be slightly salty. Let's return to our well-seasoned pork. Take 3 separate plates. Fill the first one with any starch or flour of your choice. Crack 1 egg into the middle plate or bowl and beat it well. And the third plate is for the panko or breadcrumbs. Thoroughly cover the pork with flour and then eggs mixture and finally panko. Remember to give your pork a shake to get rid of any excess starch or panko. After the pork is well battered, let's fry it. You can fry each side for 4 to 5 minutes until it's golden brown and deliciously crispy. Once it's finished frying, remove the pork from the pan and let them rest on a rack. After you finish with the pork, pour some excess oil out, but remember to leave some behind to fry your eggs. Crack 3 eggs into a bowl, season it with some salt and pepper, along with 1/8 teaspoon of MSG. And if you want some really good eggs, add in there a splash of milk. Trust me, your egg will be awesome. Go ahead and beat the eggs like your Asian mom beat you when you come home with an A- in math. Keep beating the eggs till all the yolk and white and seasoning and milk are incorporated. Then you can fry them. Pour the egg on the rather thicker side so it will be easier to cut and assemble later. After you finish frying all the eggs, cut them into strips. Your rice should be done by now. Let's season the rice. Add a quarter teaspoon of salt and 1 tablespoon of oyster sauce and 1 tablespoon of sesame oil into the rice. Mix it well, but remember to be gentle with the rice. After the rice is seasoned and well mixed, leave it on the side to cool off. We'll start cutting our pork into strips in the meantime. Once the rice has become warm and no longer hot, and the pork is cut, we're going to get to the fun part, rolling. It's best if you have a rolling mat like we do here, but if you don't, worry not. Your skillful hands and some saran wrap will do. Place your seaweed wrap onto your rolling mats and spread a thin layer of rice on the seaweed. About this much. Leave a space the size of your thumb of seaweed without any rice on each end. That's for rolling. Then it's time to assemble the filling. Put the pork, egg, cucumber, and carrots snugly side by side and give them some love. Then let's roll. With steady hands, roll it tight like we do here. The sequence of motion is firm pressing, rolling, and tucking. But don't roll so tight that you'll squeeze out your rice and filling. After you're done with rolling, the gimbap should be nice and tight like this. And there you have it, your very own gimbap roll. Now you can cut it up into pieces and enjoy it with some soy sauce for dipping. The dipping is totally optional. Or if you're a badass or just lazy like me, you don't even have to cut it up. Just chow down on the whole roll. But be advised that such an aggressive eating method might cause some bad impressions if you're on a dinner date. But you do you. Now enjoy your gimbap, and if you like our content, please consider like and subscribe to our channel. Well, all is left is I'm Gueta, buon appetito, itadakimasu, and dig in.